He attacked my father in the streets. He tried to destroy my house and my family, the same as he did yours.
We were at war. Everything I did for my house and my family. I'd do it all again.
The things we do for love.
You can't be in this business without having a fundamental passion for it and like a joy of storytelling. Something like this is so rare that you get to have so many talented people come together, experience a success like this, to work with the very best in the business. It was an incredible journey. I remember my first scene we shot from the pilot, and that was the King's arrival at Winterfell. Everyone's wearing all these huge costumes, right? And I do remember this moment, the King rides in on horseback and he has to get off his horse, and it's like a very powerful moment. But because Mark Addy, who played Robert Baratheon, his robe was enormous. I mean, there was no way you could get off the horse in an elegant way. So the horse rides in, he's like, ah. And then, hold, everyone, and then they run in with like a ladder, and they help him down, and he run out with the ladder, and then, carry on. Oh, here we go. I do remember that. Those were the glorious moments. Jaime is such a great character to play and a great storyline. When we meet Jaime first in episode 1, he comes across as a very arrogant, bratish knight. We see him with his brother Tyrion.
Don't get up.
And you do get the sense that these two brothers have a very close relationship.
I'm sorry. I've begun the feast a bit early. And this is the first of many courses.
Close the door!
And then it turns out Cersei and Jaime, they're also lovers. It's a very twisted situation, and it's one of my favorite moments I had when I read the pilot script. I thought, wow, if you start in a place like that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Their relationship is complicated. I think he has always loved her more than she loved him back.
Do you remember what Father used to say about people?
The lion does not concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
She's the sun, and he's like a planet that circles the sun. And he gets moments of intimacy, moments of passion, few moments of tenderness from her. And in these moments that he lives for.
Jaime and I are more than brother and sister. We belong together.
You poor fool. She'll be the end of you.
The final scene of episode 1, we shot that in 3 different versions. One where I was butt naked up against the wall with this very sweet local body double. And then another one where I was on the ground, and a third one. I mean, it was various levels of nakedness. I think we ended on a fairly dressed version, which I think was definitely the right choice. Are you completely mad? You know, I think I'd say to Jaime, don't push the kid out the window, pull him inside and strangle him, and then push him out the window, because make sure he's dead. That's dark. No, I would never say that. Don't hurt Bran, okay? You know, an easier way would just be say, maybe that day, just tell Cersei it's not gonna happen today, darling. I'm not up for it, you know. We're not gonna go to the tower.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
He saw us!
The line, the things I do for love, is at the core of who Jaime is. His whole life has been about the love he has for his sister, and everything he's done has been determined by that.
Things I do for love.
Get behind me. There's a couple of scenes. I really enjoyed, like, the bathtub scene with Brienne was a great scene to shoot.
Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, man without honor.
Gwen and Lena, they're just brilliant and very, very different. And then, of course, their characters are so different, which makes it fun because it's a kind of a different version of Jaime you get to see. This isn't a war we can win. And the same, you know, with Dinklage and Jerome, very different versions of Jaime there. I mean, they're all great. I think the most fun scene we shot was season 7. We shot this big sequence, the loot train attack, and we shot that in Spain, just outside a town called Cáceres. It was such a beautiful location. And there was something about being outside every day and being on horseback. I love riding. Over the years, the show has grown. It's so big now. I don't think you could find anything bigger, even if you went to feature movies. It's so ridiculous. Last year and in Spain, you had the grandness, but it still felt intimate. You do feel lucky when you get to experience those.
That's Jaime Lannister, the Queen's twin brother.
I miss the people, the crew, everyone involved with this. It's rare that you have a show, any show, where people don't lose interest by season 4 or 5. There is this real sense that everyone involved, that this was special. 10 years of our lives. That's a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nikolai's last shot on Game of Thrones.
Jaime Lannister, supposed to be the best looking man in Westeros, but also really smart, funny, a great fighter, a great horseback rider. So we went to Denmark and we found Nikolai, and now we'll never be able to afford him again. But Nick, it's bizarre to think how long ago we started doing all this together, and it's been an incredible ride.
I was like a little puppy when I arrived. And coming to Belfast, I learned how to walk with pride and joy.
I now proclaim Cersei of the House Lannister, first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms. Long may she reign.
Long may she reign.
It's been absolutely life-changing to take a character through 8 years of evolution. It's just been brilliant, you know. I'm incredibly grateful. I remember very clearly the pilot we shot in Scotland.
My queen.
I was like, this could just be a pilot, another job that doesn't go anywhere, but you make the most of it. Yeah, I remember everybody clearly. I remember baby Sophie and baby Maisie and baby Isaac. And now they're full grown.
Shows your muscles. You'll be a soldier. Ned.
I really enjoyed the scene with Mark Addy way back in season 1.
I'm sorry your marriage to Ned Stark didn't work out. You seemed so good together.
Glad I could do something to make you happy.
It was so intense, and I was like pages and pages long, and it was really unexpected from those two characters to be that kind of intimate and honest. And it was one of the best memories for me.
Sometimes I don't know what holds it together.
Our marriage.
You get a glimpse into her marriage with Robert Baratheon, and it sort of goes some way to explaining who Cersei is and why she then behaves how she does.
Was it ever possible for us? Was there ever a time, ever a moment?
No.
There's so many people I haven't had chance to work with, but Pete and Nikolai, I love working with them. And Charles Dance, Jack Gleeson, and Conleth. Those were my nucleus, and I loved every minute with each of them. It's gonna make me cry.
34 up, I'll take 4. V mark.
Thanks very much.
W mark.
And we're rolling. Quiet, please.
As an actor, you work and work and work, and you audition, and you don't get parts, and you do get parts, and sometimes they're great experiences, and sometimes they're really shitty. And this has been incredible. I've had such great material to work with. Every time I open a script, I was like, oh my God, I have, you know, for me personally, just to play these moments has been really extraordinary. And I think all of these great twists and turns and reveals of who's really who and who's whose daughter, all these, I mean, it's just sort of never-ending surprises, which is why I think people love it, putting a big puzzle together.
I don't think this is a good idea, Your Grace.
Nonsense, Samarin. These are deeply religious people. Where can I find the High Sparrow?
My advice to Cersei, if you meet a man called the High Sparrow, steer fucking clear of him.
The faith and the crown are the two pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other.
We must do everything necessary to protect one another.
She believes if she can make an alliance there, she'll gain power, she'll be able to kind of seduce and manipulate the High Sparrow into her way of thinking, and state and church will be one. She couldn't be more wrong about his intentions and his commitment to the righteous. And the High Sparrow brings her in and questions Cersei on murder and incest and the rest of it.
Confess. My son. Let me speak to her. Confess.
She kind of holds on all through the prison and the trial and the questioning and Septa's, Unella's kind of brutal treatment of her.
A sinner comes before you to make her walk of atonement.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Look me in the eye. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Only us.
Everyone's become family now. It's all very familiar in the best way. It's very strange without it. I miss it.
Guys, I just want to say it's been amazing, and I have the utmost respect for each and every one. So, thank you.
Hey, it's Lisa. Stay with me for more on TV. Now, if you love your TV shows, here are 5 suggestions for series to binge watch. Parks and Recreation on Netflix, Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Hulu, Westworld on HBO, Orphan Black on Amazon Prime, The Wire on HBO and Amazon Prime. Now, what's your favourite series to binge watch? And also, do you like my shirt? You can get one for yourself in the link in the description.